Hi, this is Dave Emmi, and it's April, 11th, Saturday, April 11th, 2015, and I'm here in the town of Hecksherville, Pennsylvania, at St. Kieran's Church. And it's actually the second time I've had the privilege of visiting this church and this town. I was here the day it closed. That was the first time I was here, and that was back in 2008. And the event impacted me in such a way that I researched the background of the church and its ties to Philadelphia. This was part of the Philadelphia diocese, and I live in Philadelphia, so I checked out various resources there and investigated it further and wrote a book that I'll tell you about in a minute. That's what I was up here for a book presentation. This is my second visit, but I haven't been here in, 7 years? And, maybe 6.5. Anyway, here's this. St. John Neumann land is what this sign says. And it just says the dates that he was here. John Neumann's the first canonized saint in U.S. history. And he really, in some ways, I'm going to call him, he's kind of like the George Washington of Catholicism. He formed and made the entire Catholic diocesan school system. So everything from, Notre Dame to Fordham to St. Bonaventure to St. John's, Villanova, you name it, has somewhat of a debt, or I wouldn't say debt, but they're constructed over the model that Neumann made. So he really kind of established a toehold for Catholicism in the United States. Really, the Philadelphia diocese was the largest Catholic diocese in the latter part of the 18th century. A lot had to do with the Irish who came piling in. So let me get back to this, because we're here in what they used to call the Irish Valley, because this is where Irish coal miners lived. In this anthracite coal region, just different towns had different ethnicities. The Poles would live in one place, the Irish in another. I'm running out of breath here. The Italians in another, Lithuanians. And the church was kind of the central meeting house. It just wasn't a place you went on Sunday. You met your wife there. You went to the church dances. Your kids went to school there, and it was the center of the community. And this was the heart of the Irish miners, this area here in Hecksherville, because they worked a mine close by here. And Neumann is integrally involved with this church. Legend has it is that it was his favorite. He was here recorded 3 times. Verbally, people say about a dozen times. He dedicated it. When I was inside, there's the Blessed Mary, right? That's still here. That was here when I was here last time. But they've taken out the stained glass windows. That hurts. When I looked inside, they gutted it. The regular foundation's there, but they had all these beautiful murals of Neumann. I imagine they're at a neighboring parish, hopefully. But this is a little statue of Mary they have here, right? And the Irish flag behind it. Because it was the Irish Valley. Anyway, so the church has been closed now for 6 or 7 years. And, I'm trying to give you the view. I'm sure it doesn't really, this lens doesn't do it, but it's a really nice view. It's not the time of year either, but when it's in color, it's just lush green, and you're looking down on this valley and a hill in front of you, and it's... The area has a spiritual kind of feeling. It's quiet, the wind is blowing. It's spiritual. It's peaceful. And as I said, Neumann he raised the funds with the Irish miners. The Irish miners all donated, came here, worked on it, put it together. And Neumann was here and dedicated it. So it's an important structure in terms of Catholic theology in North America. And it's been closed 7 years. It's now being gutted, it looks like. The building is all stone. I don't know, I'll talk about revitalization in a minute, but it kind of breaks my heart. It would break if you were here with me, you'd see this little pedestal. Statues are being taken down. Anyway, this is Neumann Lane that runs up to it. That's what it's called. And you go up this church here, and it's really a beautiful place with a beautiful view. Allegedly John Neumann's favorite church, and he died 16 months after dedicating it. Next door, I think this was a convent, certainly built later, and that's wood. Got a stone staircase. I don't know if the wood structures could be gutted. I think they could be revitalized. Really, the structure looks worth saving, I think. This, I think, is the rectory, because it's an older stone building. Certainly. Maybe a new roof. Other than that, this looks fine. Windows even look new. And then this was a schoolhouse. And this was built considerably later. I want to say 1916, I think, is the date that sticks in my mind about it. Again, from my admittingly extremely naive view, it looks like it could be fixed. If not, I don't know, maybe the wood ones go. I don't know. They got the stone fences around them. It's really beautiful. The view it's picturesque and it's peaceful. My second time here, I have the same feeling both times. I don't want to leave. It's really nice. And, as I go with further disclosure, I'm not from Pennsylvania. I'm from New York. I'm not Irish. I was born into the Roman Catholic faith, but I'm on a journey. I don't profess dedication to any kind of organized religion. I'm still figuring it out. That's me. But I went to Catholic schools, and I'm glad I was raised that way. Had certain values put on me that I appreciate as an adult. But regardless, I got to show you my book. This is the book that I wrote about this. Here it is, right? Okay. Divine Philly, Philadelphia's Vital Role in Christian America. This was all the Philadelphia diocese when it was made and in Neumann's time. And the book uncovers a lot of what was going on in Philadelphia. They were pulling the strings to what went on in the mining region, especially impacting Irish miners. But the book also just goes on to discuss Catholicism and how Philadelphia and John Neumann really provided the toehold to establish Catholicism as the largest denomination in the United States. I think something needs to be done here. I'll just kind of finalize it here on the church. It's a beautiful building. I don't know, the roof looks pretty good. I don't know anything about the heating or who knows, but it looks structurally sound. Neumann University in Delaware County may be able to do something. This would be a perfect sabbatical, a perfect retreat. Any kind of theological angle to the studying, this is the place. There were beautiful murals to Neumann there. There's still a statue to him here. St. John Neumann Land. There used to be stuff inside. I'm sure it's at neighboring congregations, letters that he wrote, etc. I really think Neumann University would be a perfect match for this. The Catholic Church is selling properties in the Delaware Valley. Here's John Neumann, right? The Catholic Church is selling properties. The Irish don't live here anymore. There's less than 100 people here now. So, kind of abandoned. So it needs to come into some kind of retreat type of function, I think. And I'm sure the Allentown Diocese would sell it for $1 probably, as long as you can evidence that you're going to be using it in a constructive way. And what better place than Neumann University is my thought. There was a preservationist society that tried to save it. It was in operation for about 6 years. Didn't make headway. Okay, that's my book, St. Kieran's. Let's try to get this thing done, all right? Later.